I absolutely love these nights. Hopefully, Facebook is all doing its thing. It's still just twirling around for me. So, hi everybody, and welcome to tonight's live. I'm really excited about this. I was on a live last night inside the style group. This is something that I just absolutely love doing. And so most of my lives do actually go inside the group because I do a lot of workshops and things like that for all the members in there. That one is my free group. So if you're not already part of the style group, make sure you do. I'll be putting a link for you in the notes so that you can, click on that and hop over straight away. So there's tons and tons of things on there, but tonight I really wanted to share with you how to discover what your real body shape is, and also how to confidently dress for it. So this is something that I'm incredibly passionate about. I love everything about what I do, but definitely body shapes for me is a huge thing. This also tied in a lot with why I became a stylist in the first place. I changed shape and I had absolutely no idea what to do with it. So so that is, I suppose, it's a really important topic for me to discuss. It is also, I find, really important for so many women. This is probably the number one topic that, I talk a lot about with my clients and inside the Style and Confidence Revolution as well. So all of my members inside of there, we do talk a lot about, different body shapes, but how to dress for your shape. And when you start to really understand exactly how to do that, everything just gets so much easier. Shopping is easier and it actually becomes really enjoyable as well. So it's, even when you're going into your wardrobe and you're deciding on what outfit to pick, you're not as confused because you know exactly, what needs to go with what, rather than just looking at the clothes and hoping for the best. When you do understand exactly what shape you are, and also, where to highlight, where to minimize, things like that. Oh, it's just, heaps easier. So, firstly, I would, if you're on here as well live, if you can please just comment live and just let me know that you're here, that would be wonderful. If you are watching this on a replay, then, please just comment replay. It's really good for me to be able to see who has been able to jump on. And then it also, it helps other people see this live as well, which will be fantastic if you could do that. So, tonight, I will be talking about that one. I do also want to let you know that the Style and Confidence Revolution is now open. So this is my membership program. It is it's a coaching program where I have a beautiful little community on Facebook, and I actually spend a lot of my time inside that group coaching everybody, teaching them, how to mix and match and how to even, tuck and tie your tees and your tops and things like that, so that everyone gets the most out of it. That is where I spend a lot of my time. I just give them all of my information. And as of yesterday, I opened the doors up again for you, so that you now have the chance to also join. So I will be closing them, I think it's in less than a week. I'll be closing the doors, and I actually won't be opening them for another few months. So the reason I do that is because I do focus solely on everybody inside of my membership, and I just give them just so much. So that is why. So if you do miss out this time, you won't be able to get in until in July. Maybe July. I'll see if it's going to be later than that as well. So, if you are in a rut, or if you feel like you do need any help at all with your style, the revolution is definitely something that you need to be part of. That is just going to give you the answers that you need. So it is a monthly membership. And it's only $19.95, so I was actually going to be putting the pricing to where it's meant to be at around the $59 mark a month. However, with everything that's going on, I still wanted to make it really, really, affordable, and something that obviously, regardless of what's happening and things like that, that you'll be able to join into. So I have kept it incredibly low, and that is actually going to be a fixed price for you for the remainder of the membership. So regardless of what pricing I put up, you will always continue to have that price, which is fantastic. But so you can also cancel anytime. So I don't want you to feel like you're going to be stuck in there forever or anything like that. You won't want to cancel. It is, awesome. And I pretty much hold your hand through everything. It is, fantastic. So, tonight, I just want us to get into it. If anybody has any questions as well, that would be absolutely wonderful. You can pop that in. If I can get to those questions tonight, then I will. I will be trying to keep this down to about the half an hour mark, just because it's I understand that everyone's really busy, and you don't have hours and hours to watch me. So, I'll keep that fairly compact tonight, I hope. I do like to talk. So, hi Alicia, thank you so much for jumping on. Hi Marley, I'm watching whilst getting kids in bed. Yes, well done. Hopefully homeschooling is going okay for all of you. Oh, that's a whole nother topic, isn't it? But anyway, I love kids. So what I firstly will be talking about is, obviously you do need to understand what your body shape is. Now, to do that, you need to have a full length mirror. So this is something that, I even make sure that if I am doing any of my wardrobe makeovers with clients or, anything like that, everybody always will have a full length mirror. So even if my clients don't have one, I actually bring one, because it is incredibly important that you can see head to toe. It's not the same if you've got, your bathroom mirror, where then you might have to stand on your tippy toes to then only be able to see down to your knees, or, you have to stand on a box or something like that to be able to see then only, your bottom half and things. Don't worry, I've done that myself. But you definitely need to see the whole one at one glance. So the reason that you need to do that is because your outfits, you don't get the whole picture. That's, your shoes can make an impact on, your legs and your top, and, every small detail really matters. So please make sure you get a full length mirror, and you can just pick them up, at Target and things like that. So, definitely first step, very vital to, understanding your body shape, but also checking that your outfits are, up to the standard that you want them to be at, and everything like that. Now, the other part of body shapes, which I suppose I'm just sort of maybe breaking some of the rules, maybe, something that I studied as a personal stylist. So, I've always been great at shopping, always loved it, but I really wanted to narrow in my skills, and that is how come I became a qualified personal stylist. So in my training as well, we learn about all the body shapes, but what I really loved about this, and that is one of the reasons why I even decided to go for this course instead of lots of others, is that we get to break that down. So you're not classified as, a pear or an apple or a banana or whatever, other body shape that you want to be classified as. What we do is actually individualize it even more so that you're not pigeonholed, and you can actually decide which areas of the body you are going to enhance. Because what happens a lot of the time is, okay, so technically, especially if I start gaining a bit of weight, I am technically a pear, because I'm quite sort of small up top, and I carry all of my weight sort of around the hips and things like that, and, my bum and everything. The thing is like that's all well and good, but if I went and researched, let's say, and I checked out heaps of different topics about how to dress for a pear shape, it tells me that I need to minimize that area. Now, I don't want to. I really like my hips and my bum. So what it's doing is the complete opposite to what I actually want. A perfect example of that is Kim Kardashian. Okay, so she's a pear. So she, but she dresses to accentuate that because she loves it. And so that's the whole difference is it's great if someone, and even clients say to me, I just want to know what body shape I am. And that's okay, but why do you want to know? Why is it going to help you by being pigeonholed into a certain category? Like, is it because you want to learn how to dress for your shape? Do you want to minimize certain areas? Do you just want to make, shopping so much easier and all of those things? So please start to consider why it is that you really need to know what your shape is. So once you sort of figure that out, and what I need you then to do is have a look in your full-length mirror. If you don't at the moment have one, that's fine. Order one. But yeah, just try to find something that you can see most of your body. And then what you need to do is just look in the mirror. And what I want you to start to notice is, where do you look first? And then where do you look after that? Then, and so on and so on. Like for me, I tend to look at my tummy and then probably my boobs, and then I always turn around and check out my butt, and then, it might be neckline and face, and then legs would be last. So they're all the sort of steps that I just naturally do. And you'll find when you start noticing, you do like all these little things in the mirror and stuff that we just naturally do. You need to really understand what it is that you're seeing. Is it something that you think, I look at my tummy because I'm wanting to make sure that it's covered and that I'm wanting to minimize and things like that? But then maybe do you look at your legs and your bum and think, oh, good, they look great. So keep note of those type of things. Once you start figuring that out, I want you to find 3 things that you love about your body. So 3 areas that you really like. Now, for some, this is going to come really easy, and some, they'll be like, oh yeah, well, I like this, 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 and this. Others, it's going to be hard. And I was in that position, how I said about, why I became a stylist and things. I had my first son, and then after that, it was like my body changed, and I was still fairly similar in sizing. So most of my clothes and that still sort of fit, but I completely changed shape, and I had no idea what I was doing. And, because and this happens to everybody who does sort of change shape, you've gone forever dressing yourself in a certain way to now it's like, oh, how do I do that? Like you're dressing someone completely different. So I can really do understand what it's like when you look in the mirror, and, it may not be that easy to find, the areas that you love. But I want you to consider all areas. It might be your calves, it might be your wrists, it might be, your face and your lips. It could be your neckline. It could be any area at all. And obviously then you've got, your bum and, your hips and your waist and, all of those sort of areas as well. But please try and find 3. If you can't find 3, that's okay. You have to find 1. And if you can't, send me a photo and I'll tell you something. So you will be able to find 1. But yeah, if you can do 3, the reason that I want you to find 3 is because this is where you're going to be able to start dressing for your shape. You will start creating outfits that are going to be flattering instead of just trying to hide certain areas. Because what ends up happening is when you start focusing on something, that's all you notice. But, and that's with everything in life, really. So if you're constantly, like what I was constantly looking at my tummy, And I was like, oh, and so I just did everything I thought I should do to try to cover it. And all I was doing was maximizing it. I was, adding extra bulk. I was adding attention there because I had, everything was pointed to that because I thought I was covering it up. As soon as I was able to learn, the exact steps that it takes to, obviously dress for my shape, all of a sudden I stopped focusing on it. And, I started thinking of my neckline, my boobs and my bum and things like that. And everything got easier. I stopped noticing all of the bad, what I would call for me was bad areas and things like that. All I did was focus on the really good things, and all of a sudden all of my outfits felt better on me. I was happy to be in photos. I was happy to actually leave the house because I hated everything that I had and nothing sort of seemed to fit my body shape. I felt like I needed to stay at home, and I don't want that for you. So when you go from that and then you can, really dress for your shape, it is an awesome feeling. Okay, so what you're going to do is each day, if you've got the 3, that's awesome. It would be wonderful if you can try to highlight those 3 areas. But even if you choose each day, and even if it's for the next week, and let me know how you go with it, but every day, pick one area that you're going to highlight. It doesn't have to be, the whole thing and, every, area that you love and things like that. But even if you can just do one area that you love and really focus on it. So if it is your face, wear a bright lipstick and statement earrings. If it's your bum and your legs, wear something that is, not just your normal blue and black jeans, like wear something like a skirt, or boots and things like that to really show off and focus on that area. So what that will end up doing is it draws everybody's eyes to it. And at the moment we're not going out a lot, but it also draws your eyes to it. And clothing is more about how we feel than how we should look for other people. It has a massive effect on our mood and our confidence and, and just our happiness as well. And I think, especially at the moment, people are really starting to notice that. They're really starting to notice the impact that it has if you're not dressing, nicely most of the time. People are starting to go, I'm starting to actually feel really sluggish and I don't like the way anything looks. And, it can be a really negative effect. So what I really want you to do is, go back, find your 3 areas that you love, pick one each day. And, and if you feel like you just want to pick that one for the week and every day you wear something that really highlights that area for you, or you can mix it up. So you can choose, each day is going to be a different area. Anything that you want, but definitely do it for a week and just see how you go with it. See if it makes, that difference, and let me know, because I really, it will, and I promise it will make things much easier for you. I actually talk about this quite a lot, I suppose, in the Style and Confidence Revolution with all of my members. And to get the feedback from them and, the messages and the emails and, they message me through photos and things like that. And they have gone from, some of them felt really insecure and just not confident within themselves. They sort of really started feeling quite down about their body and about their body shape, and they didn't know what to do. And then for them to send photos that, their husbands are taking of them, and they're in these outfits which, some of them, they were already in the wardrobe. It's just that they'd never actually put them together, but obviously I teach them how to do that. But then to send the photos and the look on their face is just incredible. And they, they say to me, I didn't realize the effect that it had until you're on the other side of it and until you've felt the difference. It is the most powerful thing. And, and that filters through your whole family. As soon as we start feeling good, we're happier, we're more energized, we're more productive, we're nicer as well. And our kids see that, and our husbands see it, and our family see it. And it snowballs from there, because you can see that with everything. As soon as, if there is one really positive, happy, sort of energetic person, you want to vibe off that person. You want a bit of that. Whatever they've got, you just want a bit of it. And this is what happens when you feel confident and when you feel really happy within yourself. It is, yeah, I can't explain it. And I hope that at some point, like, you guys have been there as well. Because, yeah, it's a beautiful thing to see. And I am just so privileged that I get to, be that person that can help them get there. So, yeah, please make sure, you try these things, because it's when you do and you start really actually implementing, all of these tips. And as I said, I've obviously got the Style and Confidence Revolution, which is the paid membership. I do also have my free Facebook group, which I host lives and things like that. Find the information somewhere, but make sure that it's suited to you, not just, okay, you're a pair, so you have to do this. The amount of, issues and things that people have with their wardrobe and finding a style that they love, and being really confident with what they wear, it can be really hard because there's so much noise out there. And so that's what I really want you to do, is break through that noise, find what's right for you and run with it. Don't think about, okay, oh, well, I saw this celebrity or whoever, and she was wearing this and she looked good, so I need to go and wear what she's wearing. Or, someone says, oh, you should be doing this and this. That's not for you. That might be great for them, and she might look fantastic in that because that's for her. But make sure it's for you. Don't just follow the trends and hope, that that's going to fix all your problems, because it's not going to. You need to take these steps, and you need to really knuckle in and figure out the reasons behind everything. So the other one that I wanted to talk about as well was one area that is really common, I suppose, for a lot of women, is their tummy. So being able to minimize something like that is really huge. Now, I will let you know, I have done a full blog post on that. So if that's something that you find that you struggle with as well, definitely go and check that out, because, yeah, that is going to give you so much goodness in there. You'll be able to, go into your wardrobe and actually create outfits using those tips straight away. So it's something that's going to be very instant, and nice and easy for you. So definitely check that out. The other ones, because I've had a few people send in some questions just regarding their shape and, how to minimize and how to enhance and things. A few of them have been as well to appear taller. So this is something that you also need to think of when you're talking about body shape, is your height. And even, the balance. So like whether you might have a longer torso or longer legs or things like that. So what you really need to do, and I will be doing another one on illusion dressing. So yeah, that is a full another topic. That's a big one. But yeah, just consider, what pieces you're choosing. Now, one of the big key things is your eyes will be drawn to wherever the fabric finishes. So whether that's, patterns or the cuts of the material, every little detail, that is where your eye will actually be drawn to. So if you're wanting to, let's say you're wanting to minimize your hip area, a lot of people will wear, the longer tops and things because they want to cover their hips. Not always a great choice depending on where it's going to sit on your hips, because so many will wear, those, the longer tops. The fabric will actually finish right on, their sort of largest part of their hips, and all it does is actually broaden your hips even more. Same goes for shoulders and things like that. So make sure you're not leaving the fabric exactly where you don't want people to look, because that's what's going to happen. People will look straight there. So it does need to be above or below 4 hips a lot of the time, depending again on your individual shape. But a lot of the time, even if you just sort of lifted that material just a little bit so that your hips start to come in and then it sits there, that also narrows you in. So you don't have to be wearing something really short or anything. Just keep in mind about exactly where that material is going to finish. Okay, so the other, I suppose, the other one will be in the tummy area. A lot of it just really comes down to making sure that your eye gets drawn to the middle of your body. So this will go for any area that you are wanting to minimize. As long as you can find something to draw the focus into the center, your whole body width will, be minimized there. So that is something, just a really nice and quick one, if you're trying on outfits or you're deciding what jewelry and things like that to wear. If you feel like there's too much material, or, the stripes or whatever are going the wrong way, consider, a nice long, finer sort of necklace that, will draw it in. Shirts are fantastic because obviously you've got all of the detailing straight down the middle, but any prints and things like that. So definitely really think about, especially if you're making new purchases, think about them and make sure that they're right for you. So these are also, I talk quite individually inside the Revolution with my girls about, their exact body shape. So if you do struggle at all, this is why I've created it. As soon as I became a stylist, I became a stylist because I originally needed for myself to get help with what to wear. And I've always loved shopping. So it's not like, I've always struggled with that. I haven't. I've always loved it. But then to come to a point where I hated it, and it affected me really, really quite badly. I was very emotional, and, I just turned into an introvert, and, I just, which isn't me naturally. And so that was really hard. And so when I became a stylist, I was like, surely there's other people who felt like me. And so when I decided that, okay, I think I'll actually, make this into a business. And I have been dreaming this whole time. And I've been a stylist for about seven years. I reckon in a couple of months it's going to be 7 years. And I've always just wanted to help so many women. I feel like there's so many of us out there who had struggled and who don't have the answers for them. Instead of just some one blanket rule for everybody, I really want to narrow in. And that is even why it's called personalized style, is because I just feel like every single one of you needs help with your situation. So the Style and Confidence Revolution is just something that I've been working so hard on, and it is incredible to see it all up and running and seeing my members thrive in their, being able to give them those exact steps that I've been working on, and, just making sure that every single step and tip, I know for a fact that it works. It has been tested, and it has been proven that these steps are incredible. So if you do feel like you just need some help, maybe you're in a complete style rut, maybe you don't know about your shape, or exactly how to change your wardrobe and what pieces are best for it, it could be anything at all. And reach out to me if you're not sure if it's right for you. Just talk to me. I'm more than happy to have a chat to you about it, and just let you know exactly what to expect and, what you will get out of it as well. So, but yeah, I hope you have all enjoyed tonight. Again, if you are watching this as a replay, please just comment replay. That would be absolutely wonderful. I'll also put up the link for the style group as well as the Style and Confidence Revolution. So if you are thinking of becoming a member, the link will be just, in this one. But but that's it from me. And I hope you all have a wonderful night, and I will see you all very, very soon. See you later.